Hi guys, it's Michelle from SN Spirit Searchers. I am going to be making a decision. So basically this is going to be a yes or no. I'm hoping the spirits will be able to manipulate it and use it well. This is from MadLab. You get all the instructions. It is made for a kid. I have used MadLab for my other equipment, what works very well with spirit as well. That will be coming up soon. Also, hopefully this will be in the Haunted magazine soon as well, when I wrote it up. But they like to have a video to follow as well. So, this is the motherboard. I did order it as square and it's come like this. I don't know if it's going to fit in my casing at all, but I will cross that bridge when I get there. The equipment you will need for this is some plier cutters, These are like tweezers, but you open them and they hold things in place while you solder. Very handy, to be fair. As you've noticed with this one, it does come with 2 orange LED lights. I am not going to use orange. I am going to use red and green. And also I'm not going to solder it to the board. I'm going to put a wire in it, so when my casing does come, it gives me a bit of freedom to get it around, if you get what I mean. You will do at the end of this video. Also, you will need some soldering stuff and your soldering iron. You don't need thick wire for this at all. So the first thing we're going to be doing is putting the resistors in. So on here it tells you which one goes first and where it goes. Hopefully you can see that. So I am looking for yellow, purple, brown, gold. I like to take my time with this bit because if you get it wrong, it's a pain in the arse to put it right. So, yellow, purple, gold, yep, that's the one I need. So now I'm going to look for R1, what is on our board there. I hope you can see that. And the sun is shining. So I'm going to poke it through. I'm going to bend it a little bit. So if you just bend it a little bit like this, let me zoom out a bit and see if it's a better picture. So if you bend it like that, it does go into your motherboard a lot better. So we're going to post that in. When we've done that, we're going to spread the legs at the back, like so. I'm going to use the clamp part to make sure that it is flat to the board, like so. Right. So I'm going to warm the area up. Oh, I think I've got this on a bit too hot. I'm going to have to adjust. As you can see, I'm not the cleanest solderer, and I've just gone straight through my sponge. I've got a sponge just to wipe off the extra soldering bit, and I'm just going to check how hot this is because I think it is a bit too warm. So I'm going to turn it down to make it neater because that's made a right mess. But it has caught it, so it's absolutely fine. I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes for that to cool down. I just want to show you how hard it is to figure out which one's which because they're so close in colour, and that's how sometimes you make a mistake. You've really got to concentrate and look at it. So the one I'm after is yellow, purple, orange, gold. This one. Always better to double check then get it wrong. So this is going into the R2. So we've done R1, now we're on R2. So I'm going to pull that through and get it flat and use my grapper again to hold it in place for me. I'm going to pull them bits out just to make it a bit easier. It's so hard to get where you can see.
I don't care about it.
So solder that one in place. I think I've done it too low now because it's not, oh it is, it's just taking its time. There we go, that's that one. Oh, perfect. So that one done. Right, so the next one will be brown, black, orange, gold. So let's have a close look. So that is brown, black, orange and gold. That's the one I want. And that is going in 3. So again, we're just going to bend them over to make life a bit easier for ourselves. So it goes in. So we're looking for 3. Where are you? 3. There's 4. There's 3 up top here. I'm poking it in. This one's gone in a bit awkward. There we go. Put it in straight. Making sure it's flat to the board and clamping it. And then we're going to solder these 2 bits in. And now we need 4, so it's yellow, purple, brown, gold. Brown, so that's the brown. And this is going in 4. And 4 is over here. I don't cut all the edges off these bits until I put them all in. It gives time for the solder to dry. If you cut it too early, it can crack it and then it's not brilliant. Again, that's flat. Right, letting it warm up. That's that one. That one. Okay, so the last one should be yellow, purple, orange and gold, and yes it is, and that is going in number 5. 5 is down here. Sometimes they can be a bit fiddly. Right, so that's nice and flat. I'm going to clamp it off, like so. And then I am going on to the D1 and D2. see what that stands for, because I've not used these ones before. Let's have a look. What are they down for? Diodes. It's a new thing to me. Right. Okay. Now these are dry, I'm going to just cut them off. You have to do it quite low down, because when you stick your board in, you don't want it to be causing a problem. That one's gone a bit messy. It's because my soldering iron was too hot. All the rest are pretty alright. I am not the best solderer, but you don't have to be like perfect anyway. Especially not with these, because they're made for kids anyway. Okay, so I've just read this. Apparently the black bit on here needs to go to the K. Let me just double check that. Matching the black to the K. So yes, so I'm going to be putting the black bit next to the K. And again, I'm just going to clamp it while I solder it. I'm just going to read that bit again just to make sure that I'm doing it correctly. Matching the black to the K, and yes, I have done that. It also is a diagram on the board showing you the black bit as well. They think of everything. Nicely done. And click that and get the next one, and that will be the same. So bending it so it's easier to go in, and I'm putting the black to the K on the board. Oop. Like so. So that's that. I'm going to clamp it. Okay, so I'm going to cut the one what is dried. That's the far side one. I'll leave that other one for a couple of minutes. What is next on my list? So what I'm going to do next is, I think I'll do this one. I might put the switch on. This is the little switch, and it is called an S1. Let's see if it's got a proper name. Let's show you there. We'll just call it an S1. That's what it looks like. And it's quite obvious that it goes here, because they shape it out and everything. Look, you can't really go wrong with these. They're so easy. So just pop that into the holes and push it down. This pretty much holds itself in, so you don't really need to clamp it. Again, just soldering them in, making sure you covered all of it, because if it's not covered all, it will not work very good. falling through, guys. It's annoying me. Right, put that back through there, like so. I'm just going to go over this one again because it looks like there's a bit of a gap. There we go. Right, I'm going to move on to these ones now. They are called... Has they got a proper name? No. So they say on here it's a TR1. So we're using these next. And ones. And again, it shows you very clearly the shape. So you can see the shape. So that's like a half a circle. So you know that is the right thing you're using. This one's a bit harder. You have to spread the legs out a bit like that. And then you put it in. Say this one's a bit more awkward. Trying to get it low as possible on the board. Like so. That's that. I'm going to leave that one to dry, and I'm going to split this one open a little bit and pop it the other side. Pushing it down as far as I can, and again soldering it. That is that. And now I'm going to go back and cut the bottom one here and this side because these are dry now. And there we go. Perfect. So far so good. Okay, then the next ones that I'm going to do is these long ones. So it should tell you on here which leg will go to which. So the short leg is going to the negative. So if I bring this up, the negative is there. So the short leg's going in there, and then the opposite one is going in there. I do clamp these ones down as best as I can. They are awkward because they are bigger, but I do feel like it's best to clamp. There we go. Let's move that over so I can get over. So you look now, it's nice and perfect and flat. So again, the short leg goes to the if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will call it the takeaway sign in maths. So that is the minus. Now we're going to put the last one on. all been different all across. Again, I'm going to clamp it as best as I can just to keep it from moving away from the board. Here we go. That is it. I'm going to start this end by cutting off, so while the other ones dry. They don't take too long to dry. And that's that. So your board now looks like that. So all now left to do is my 2 LED lights and my battery. So I think what I'm going to have to do, it doesn't show you on this though, I'm going to have to put wire in here for my boards, so these will be off the board. So these will not be on the board, they will be off the board. Also, with my power, I want to put a switch in. So what I'm going to have to do is put a switch through the power and then put it into the casing. So that will be it for now, but I will be doing a bit more later. And like I said, you don't have to be smart with your cleaning, perfect with your soldering, because it don't matter as long as you've covered it all. That one's not covered, that's better. It will work absolutely fine. My casing hasn't come yet, but I really want to see this board working. So I'm just going to finish it off and see how it goes. So all I need to do is put the battery and the LED. So I've got some spare wire. So I'm just going to split it. I need this for the lights and for the LEDs. I'm just going to split the casing away from it. I want to leave myself quite a bit because it just makes it easier. So I've just moved the casing from it. So, and again with the black, I'm just going to be moving the casing, trying to get it as level as possible with the other one. Just makes life a bit easier when you actually put it into the board. Okay. Right. I'm going to do the lights this, I think. So it says on the paperwork that the short leg is going to go into the one with the line, and that's there. So what I've got to do now really is figure out which wire I'm going to use. It doesn't really matter which wire I use, to be fair. I think I'm going to put the red in where the short leg is supposed to go and the black in the other. So this can be quite fiddly because you've got to get all the wire through that little hole. So your best bet is just to give it a little twizzle so it sort of stays together. Again, it's just really fiddly. Again, that's just pulled all my wire out, so I'm going to go round and round again. Bloody weather's horrible, it's freezing cold outside. Nope. I've got the red one through. So I've got it through, and now I'm just going to quickly solder it straight down. Is it on? Yes. There we go, that's done that little one. Now I'm going to try and thread the black through. You could just pull it all off, to be fair, because this doesn't really matter. Makes life that little bit easier. That one's gone through okay, so I'm just going to solder that one. To be honest, I don't think I'll need this much wire, so I will be cutting this. So there we go, they're solid. So I'm just going to clip them off onto here. One, two. So now, so this is going to be my yes, so my green light needs to go onto my yes. So I'm thinking maybe I'd have about that much to play with to fix it onto my board. So I'm just going to, where's me? There they are. So I'm just going to cut them down. Again, I'm just going to take the casing off. And I need to get something out of the garage to help me put my LED lights onto this. It's like a little holder what holds everything into place while I use solder. It makes life that little bit easier. Let's put it in the next holder and see if that. Let's take the casing off that. Now onto the black. There we go. So this gadget has got like little clippers on, so you can clip stuff. So you're just able to hold things and solder them all at the same time. Like, for example, this wire, I can clamp it in and it keeps it into place. So I'm just coating the wire at the moment. That's done. So now my little leg on my LED is going to my red. I think I'm just going to trim it down a little bit. Oh! Just dropped it. It can be quite fiddly, guys. So the solder you just put on, you're just warming that up. Like so. That's not bad. And then you're going to do the same with the black, with the long. So putting plenty of solder on. And then I'm going to cut down the black leg as well. Always good to have some black tape, so you can tape around it as well, so it gives it that extra support. Come away a little bit, so I'm going more soldering onto it. Like I say, you don't have to be super neat with this. Now I'm going to do the same with this one. Taking the casing off again. Always give it a nice good bit so you've not got to struggle getting it through your board. Okay, there we go. She says. So we are just there. So now this has got to be threaded through the board again. And remembering, you put the red into the flat side and then the black goes on the circle side. As long as you follow that rules, you pretty much be okay. So I've just put that in. I'm going to solder that in. There we go, soldered that one in. Now I'm going to put my black one in on the circular side. And then this is going to hold my red LED. The more you build boards, I mean these are easy boards to build because they are designed for kids. But the more soldering you do and the more boards you do, the more relaxed you come with it. That's that one done. So now I'm going to take the casing off these two wires again. Maybe a bit longer than, no, they're about the same. I've made them a bit longer because I don't know how it's going to fit in my casing yet. I'd rather give myself plenty of wire to play with than not have enough and struggle to get it in the casing. What I mean by that is I probably want to move these inwards, closer together. If I put them there, they're going to be further away. That's why I'm putting it on wire. So then I can place it into the casing any way I like. Again, putting plenty on. And this is going to have the red LED. The black is for my long leg. So I'm just going to cut the long leg down a bit. And stick that on. Trying to stick it that way round so you don't have to struggle to get it on to the other leg. You just have to hold it still for a couple of seconds while the soldering dries. It does go off really, really quick, but it's good. Like I say, I will put black tape on this as well, so then it gives it a stronger bond. Gonna cut my short leg down a bit. This should pretty much go on easy. There we go. It's gone on easy. That's the LED lights done. So now what I want to do is I'm going to put some extra wire onto my battery, what is here. Look, it's got two holes there. So basically you want to put it in the holes what I've got the silver on the back, because they're the ones what are going to work. so that can be quite confusing. Again, I'm going to cut a bit of the wire because what I want to do is I want to put a switch in between these, my battery and that. I want to switch. I've got a switch here. I've not used this switch before, so that's going to be fun to figure out how this one works. But yeah, we can do that. Again, we're going to take the casing off the wiring. That's it. And off the black. So the thing is with this, which is a bit of a try now, what will be okay, right? And so let's look on the instructions. It says here the black goes to the negative and the red goes to the plus. So this goes through the plus, so I'm going to thread that through the plus. Again, I'm just twisting the wire around so it makes it easier for threading. So that's gone straight through. And now I'm going to concentrate on putting my black in to the negative. It's important you get the battery one right, because if you do the battery one wrong, it will fry the whole board, and that is the last thing you want to be doing, is frying your board. Because then all your hard work's gone out the window, then you've got to buy a new board and start again. So when you first put your battery in, it's like, hold your breath time to make sure you've done it all right. Yeah. That's it, that's that covered. That's them covered. Now my fun bit, figuring out how I'm going to put this onto that. So I need to look at the bottom and figure it out. I mean, if you wanted just to put this in, you could, but you want to switch, I think. I mean, I could just test it without putting my switch in. Have I got a battery there? Yeah, I have. Right, let me just cut this. Then we can figure out what's what with this board. Whee, there we go. I think I do really want to switch, to be fair. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to connect these wires together, and then we should be able to just put the battery on and see how this board works. Just for a minute. It's like, it's all done. Let me just put these together. Okay, let's get the battery. Oh no, it's not stopped on. I can just clamp on for now. That one's clamped. Move my light. I'm sure I've got another clamp. Let's have a look. Sorry guys, I have Christmas slippers on. That's the bells what keep going. Put battery on, see what happens. Well, the lights are lighting up. As you can tell, the green is a bit brighter than the red. See, I'm hoping by putting the switch on, when I press the switch, the lights will flicker onto each other. That they seem to be doing. That's pulsing, as you can see, but the green's not doing anything. At least you can see the board is working. Interesting. Maybe we've got some puzzling doing here. Okay. Take the battery off. We're going to figure out how to put this on. I'll press this off for a minute. Right guys, what I've done, I've just literally put the switch on. I thought I had to guess about the switch, but it's working to a certain degree. What's not happening is not one light stopping on. If you press a button, the green stopped on. The green stopped on. The red stopped on, and the green. It's like the dulling. So it is working, but I don't. When that light's gone right down, you can barely see it. So say that would be a yes. And that one's still down, and that one's gone on. So that's like a yes. But I don't know why it's still lit. Maybe I just need to tidy these up a bit more because they are a bit messy. But this is what it would be. Literally, this would be sticking out the board, and you'd press it. That would be a yes. You'd ask your question. Yes. No. So somehow. So yeah, my theory is correct. So basically, what you'd do, you'd say, "Spirit, are you female?" And you'd press your button. It says yes, but this is still lit up. Are you 40? No. So that's how it would work, but I don't understand why these are still lit up. That one's still tiny lit up, and this one's bright. So that might just be a soldering issue on my side. I will look at that and hopefully get it working better. But that is the theory on this board, is basically you'd press a button, ask a question, and the spirit be able to manipulate it to say yes. I'm quite happy with it. It's not working perfectly yet, but I've got faith in myself that I could get it working better, and hopefully add it to the case, and it's going to work really well, and hopefully it's going to help us with our investigations. So this video is not done yet, as I've still got to case it all, and I will be filming that as well.